record it to my computer. I'm recording it to my computer because your issue was probably cloud, and so I'm trying it local to see if that makes a difference.
Okay.
That's what I'm doing.
I was mortified.
You know, like I said, it happens. I can't,
was...
can't say what really happens now because we're live. Can't say what really happens now. I'm echoing somewhere. Why are we echoing?
I don't know.
I'm echoing somewhere. Why are we echoing?
I don't know.
That's interesting.
Up, you're back.
Okay, that's better.
Yes.
I think it's because I opened the live. That's probably why. Okay, so I'm gonna start now. Kyle, I know you already know who I am, so I'm gonna say it anyway for the video. So I'm Susan of Susan Travel, and we are speaking today with the amazing Barbara of Avalon Waterways to learn more about Avalon River Cruises. And she's going to give us a presentation on all of the wonders of Avalon.
Yes, thank you so much, Susan. So my name is Barbara Canizio, and I am with Avalon Waterways, which is one of the product lines under the Globus family of brands. And welcome. I'm so excited to share this product with you. River cruising is just an amazing way to visit Europe and various other places around the world. And it's a lot different than people actually think that it is. And I hope going forward through this presentation, you will get a sense of the wonderments that are afforded to you by doing these. So this is a picture of one of our ships. It's the Avalon Envision. And this product literally is an elevated cruising product. So it's more on the luxury side. However, it's very relaxed. So it's got the best of all the elements because you're being treated with the things that you want to be treated, with all the luxury that you want to have around you, great accommodations, wonderful food, great excursions, itineraries that are just boundless and full of history and full of life and stories and the lore of all the places that you travel to. Yet the comfort level is elevated, the service is elevated, and Avalon delivers this product differently. And that's what we're going to go through going forward in this presentation. The river systems are very vast. There's a lot of them. A lot of different companies do them. We all go on the same rivers. We can't recreate geography. It's really about the delivery of each company and how they differ. So that is what we're going to go through today. So again, I just want to remind you that Avalon is one of the product lines under the Globus family of brands, who is now 95 years old. So along with that 95 comes a great history of learning and buying power and, you know, the ability to tweak things. And we're worldwide. So we have offices all over the world. And we're still family owned, believe it or not. So that's a benefit to us across the board. So we have been the recipient of various cruise critic awards, as well as USA awards and various other ones. These are all trade editorials that are in the travel industry. And these are accolades that are awarded for various different subjects. So for us, we've already won the best river cruise line for shore excursions, Avalon Waterways Best in European River, and Best River Cruise Line in the cabins that we offer to all of you. And that is going to be one of the major differences as we go further on how we deliver this product. So let's get started with just a little video of what we're all about.
There may be comfort in the usual, but true discovery and remarkable experiences are the rewards for the curious. They are the gifts that reside beyond the ordinary. Welcome aboard Avalon. Smaller ships, Bigger experiences, fewer people, more of everything, right at your fingertips. And you wake up in the best staterooms in the business, to a new port every day, right in the heart of great cities, with nothing but possibilities ahead. Driven by out-of-the-box thinking and a relentless pursuit of better, Avalon heard the siren song to elevate cruising, and they have. So if you believe that life is worth living, not looking, memories are worth making, that better stories need better settings, and that we could all use a little different, you're ready for an Avalon cruise. Cruising elevated.
So I think one of the major things that really comes across when you're doing a river cruise, and I know this personally, and I feel very strongly about it, I feel it's a great marriage between cruising and touring. So literally your ship and your staterooms, they act as a floating boutique hotel, and you're going from port to port where you're experiencing the land portion with all of your excursions. So if you've ever been on a cruise line and you love to sail the water, this is going to be an experience that's similar. It will be a similar experience, but with a whole lot more to offer. So there's smaller ships than the cruise lines. Our line holds at maximum 166, and our smallest ship right now holds 133. So you can see the differences between the big cruise lines and river cruising. So it has the small ship ambience. It's a product where everybody is there for the same reason. They're exploring the itinerary that they chose to sail on, the history behind it, the towns and the cities that we'll be visiting. And again, it's relaxed and unhurried with no crowds. Close to shore, as I said, every time you come into port, you will be adjacent to the land, and you will be disembarking to go on your excursions by stepping off the ship and into town. There's no seasickness, so that's a great asset. It's an all-inclusive value. In other words, all of these excursions, your food, your local host, your cruise director, your stateroom, and all of the other amenities that are afforded on these ships, they're all in the value of an all-inclusive product. That's not to say you can't add to it, but you don't need to add anything. As I said before, we're going to revisit that meet like-minded travelers. This truly is something that will start conversations. You will be sharing experiences. You will get to know everybody that's on that ship. And that's one of the allurements as well, is to be able to meet people from various different places in the United States or in Australia or Canada, because those are the three markets that Avalon sells to. So it's the United States, Canada, and Australia. So they're all English speaking countries. That being said, all of our employees on the ship, our cruise director, our local host, all are English speaking as well. So this is really built for the North American market. Your close proximity to the major sites and attractions. And it's actually really good for people who are single travelers. You won't feel out of place. There's people who will embrace you. It happens all the time. You're in small groups when you're going out to explore the excursions of your choice. So it's very comforting to know that there's a product for people who are traveling alone. So this is how it looks when you're docking. You're actually docking in the heart of small towns and villages, and you will disembark by just walking to the plank and stepping onto land, as you can see here. And you are free to come and go when you're docked. So that's another advantage. So when you're in an overnight town or village, the dock stays down and you're invited to leave whenever you want. Go out, explore. be one with the people who live there. It's a cultural experience. We want you to mingle. We want you to explore. We want you to have all the experiences you could possibly have while we're in these towns and villages. So it's a beautiful thing. When you're traveling, a big portion of your experience is really hooking up and speaking to the locals and getting a feel of their culture and touching and smelling and bringing all your senses into focus when you're there. So for those of you who don't know what the river systems of Europe looks like, this is a map of the system. So you can see we actually can travel through 10 different countries, and they're all adjacent to whether it be the Danube, the Rhine, the Rhone, the Saône, the Main. We have the Moselle also. So a number of rivers that we all do itineraries on. So what are Avalon's top discernible differences? We are, as I said before, an award-winning panoramic suite recipient. This is really big because when we went out and commissioned our ships, we built them, we wanted to do something to address outside balconies because people are used to being able to have an outside balcony. However, on river cruising, you're subject to a ton of different lock systems. And this is where the water levels are equalized. So you can go from one river to another. So what we came up with was our panoramic suites. And this is where we allow the outside in by expanding the size of the room, turning the bed, facing it to the window so that you have a full view all the time of the water, which is part of the experience as well. Taking in all of those incredible views along the banks of the river. And you're going to see some pictures of this and the beauty of having these suite rooms available to you. Avalon Choice Excursion and Adventure Host. So we literally we give you the option of choosing how you want to create your own vacation with the choices across the board, from your bedding to your pillow to how you want to do your excursions. Do you want to be more active? Do you want to be more cultural? Or do you want to just do the classic sightseeing? We also have short and sweet cruises for those of you who want to experience a cruise. You're not quite sure whether or not you're going to like it. So we've given you the opportunity to taste the waters, as they say. Or it's also a great way to attach one of these shorter cruises to a land program you might be doing. And we also have packaging land with cruise. And this is where the family of brands really takes a strong hold. Packaging land with cruise is very easy for us because Globus has been doing land for 95 years. So we have great buying power and we're able to curate these incredible excursions for you. But we also are able to put land on either end of the cruise for your convenience. So some of the cruises and the itineraries actually already have land built into it, and some of them don't. So if you wanted to add, you're able to, and that's because Globus is doing the land. So that's a big difference, and it's a big asset, and it really adds to the experience as a whole. So Home Sweet Home, this is our all suite fleet. So we have 15 ships right now in the European fleet. And this is a picture of one of our Avalon ships. Every single one of these ships, 80% of the staterooms are suite staterooms, meaning that they're 200 or 300 square feet. This is very unusual. Actually, we're the only ones who do this. And we did this purposely because, again, we wanted to afford our clients who were traveling with us the ability to face the window and the ability not to have an outside balcony, but to create that outside balcony within your own room. And so that's how the panoramic view began. So this is your view. This is redefining the window of opportunity, and that window opens up 11 feet and it actually allows the outside to come in. This is what you wake up to, and this is what you go to sleep to every single day that you are sailing. And believe me when I tell you, the scenery is just breathtaking. And it was one of the other things that we were very vigilant about, is that there is absolutely nowhere on our ships where you don't have panoramic views from our dining halls, every level, our sky deck. It's all about seeing the outside and allowing it to become part of your experience while you're sailing or eating on the ship. So it's a beautiful way to experience this. So I wanted to show you this as well, because this is how we created the panoramic suites.
The sweet ships of Avalon, designed from the ground up with an attention to detail river cruising has never seen before. There's nothing quite like river cruising no matter who you cruise with, but there are some pretty big differences between companies, starting with how they look at staterooms. And our one-of-a-kind panorama suite is proof of our innovation, our imagination, and our desire to create a smarter use of space. To give you some perspective of how much better our staterooms are, we're comparing them to the average river cruise cabin. Here's the average window, roughly 7 feet wide, with an opening under 4 feet. Here's our window, nearly 11 feet wide, floor to ceiling, wall to wall. And when it opens, it really opens, wide enough to let the outside in, because the opening is a full 7 feet, almost twice the size of the others. It's the largest standard window in river cruising. Now, let's take a look at the bed of the average cabin. It faces the wall, not much to look at there. We had a much better idea. What if we angled the wall and turned the bed? That little change gives you the perfect perspective of the amazing views out your window. We then turned our attention to the balcony. Here's the average river cruise balcony. Seems like a nice idea, but as far as we can tell, there's not a lot of room for people to enjoy the views out there. And they had to take space from your stateroom to create that small deck space outside. So here's our better idea. Reclaim that space, push the window out, add a spacious dining and seating area for up to 6 adults, combine it with the largest sliding glass door in the business, and voila, you have an open air balcony, the only one of its kind in river cruising, and you can enjoy it day and night, no matter the weather. Plus, you'll enjoy a lot more livable space, a full 200 square feet. We gave our room an attention to detail unmatched in the industry. We offer comfort collection beds, plenty of easily accessible storage, and we even added sound dampening insulation in our walls to make it less likely you'll hear your neighbors or they'll hear you. And we didn't stop with the room. We turned that same attention to detail to the bathroom. We took a look at the bathroom of the average ship and we knew we could do better. By angling the wall, we opened up more space in the bathroom. Then we took our newfound space and we made it luxurious. We have a large tile shower with glass doors, marble countertops, premium fixtures, L'Occitane bath amenities, and shelves to store all your necessities. And the best part is that there aren't just a couple of these staterooms on our ships, reserved for those who want to pay more. 80% of the staterooms on our suite ships are panorama suites. And once you leave your suite, you're likely to find fewer people on our suite ships. Because with our bigger staterooms, there is less capacity for passengers, which means more space everywhere you go. As you can see, more has gone into the amazing panorama suites, so you can get so much more out of them. We invite you to compare, and you'll see there's no comparison.
I hope you enjoyed that. We're very proud of our ships. We really are, especially when it comes to the views and the way that we have appointed them. So they're very clean, they're very sleek, they're very inviting, they're very warm. And again, they're very unique. We are the only company that has this across our fleets. So I wanted to show you this picture because I find it always fascinating, even though I've done it a million times, how these ships actually get into these lock systems and how this all works. And it shows you truly and honestly why these ships can't be built bigger. than they are. So they have to be within the dimensions of the lock systems. So they can't be wider than the lock systems and they can't be longer than the lock systems. Otherwise, they can't get through to do because the lock systems, they bring the water levels either up to the one that you're going on, or down to meet the level of the river that you're crossing into. So I find this a fascinating and very eye-opening picture, and I love putting them into the presentations. So you're not only going to be navigating one of these, you'll be navigating many of these lock systems on any itinerary that you choose to go on. So here are the size of the rooms. As we said, 80% of our staterooms are the 200 and 300 square feet open air balconies, but the ones on the Indigo deck, they are 20% of our staterooms because they're under the water level. So obviously we can't have an open air balcony. So I wanted to show you these so that you knew that they started 172 square feet on the Indigo deck, and then 200 square feet on the Sapphire Royal deck. And then the Royal Suites are the 300 square feet, beautifully appointed staterooms. So it really doesn't get any sweeter than that. And you enjoy the perfect blend of elegance and the ease. And all the touches that we put on here are bold gestures, and the views obviously are even better. So everything that we do is done with intent. Here's just another picture of the view that you have. And as you can see, as we roll through these pictures, the staterooms look the same. The difference between each ship is just the color scheme that we put together. So they really do mirror one another. So it's a consistency. It's a lot of consistency in the branding. Here's a picture of the bathroom that you saw on the video, but it's the little touches like having a mocha colored towel and a white towel or ivory towel at your disposal, just to keep it separate from each other. You know what towel color is yours. The lighting on the mirror, the beautiful granite and marble. But as you can see, there's also a lot of storage. So everything gets put away, nothing can fall. It's all enclosed the proper way. And of course, the shower that you open up and you walk into. This is a picture of one of our royal suites with the floor plan adjacent to it. So you can see that that extra 100 feet does make a difference. Again, beautifully appointed with incredible views. Just another picture of a different color scheme in the royal suite, and different views of what the bedding looks like. So as you can see, the consistency, it's there all the time. Here are some places around the ships that you might be lounging around in. There's many different places, many different observation decks. There's the lounging area. There's the club lounge for you as well. And of course, what's a cruise without eating, correct? So setting your crave, Avalon Flex Dining, and the vast amount of ways that you can actually experience your meals on a ship that's very small. So we have the panorama dining room, which is our main dining room. It offers flex dining at night so that you can come in between set hours so that everybody's not eating at the same time. It also offers breakfast and lunch in there. We also have the panorama bistro, which is in our lounge area, and it's set up so that if you're not in the mood to have a heavy meal, you can experience the bistro and have a lighter fanfare. We also have a sky grill on top of the sky deck. So we use this for barbecuing, and we try to take advantage of it as much as we can, weather permitting, of course. And of course, we have room service as well. And if you go off on your own and you want us to pack you a little picnic basket, we can do that as well. So various ways of enjoying the culinary experience on river cruising. And who's doing all this cooking and setting up all of these menus? We brought in the Rank brothers about, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 years ago. They're rising stars in the culinary world, and they created for us an incredible menu. But one of the things that we're very pleased about is they brought to us Avalon Fresh. And these are culinary experiences that are geared toward healthy eating. And so if you have a healthy eating habit, or you're not, eating meat, you're a vegetarian, or you have different culinary or eating issues, that there's plenty of food for you to have as well. So here's a picture of our dining room, one of them. So you can see again that there's different size tables. We urge people to sit together, get to know one another. It's about experiencing the same thing and experiencing your stories with one another, getting into what did you do today? How was this one? How was this excursion? Because as you go further into this PowerPoint, you'll see that you have a lot of choices on what you do every day. Just another picture of the beautiful views that we afford you everywhere on the ship. And of course, you can't sail without having wine. So it's unlimited wine at lunch and dinner, along with beer and soft drinks and all of that. But we do have 4 different wines at dinner. We have a white wine, a red wine, a rosé, and one that is indigenous to the areas that you are sailing to. So whatever rivers you're on, you will be paired with a wine from that region. Here's a picture of the panorama bar. Again, look at the views. They're beautiful, appointed incredibly well, stocked really well. We have cocktail hours here, so that's a nice added thing. We use this area as well for your port calls and your entertainment. We do bring a lot of entertainment on board, and we take you off the ship again at night to experience some entertainment. We also have a club lounge, and the club lounge is in the aft of the ship. And along with that comes the club lounge self-serve. So this is open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and it's self-serving. So it's cappuccinos and espressos, coffees, teas, sweets, cakes, all kinds of juices, self-serve. So if you want to go and you want to relax and you want to just get away from it all, you could go to the back of the ship and you can take advantage of the club lounge. And here's just a picture of the observation lounge that is adjacent to the club lounge. And this is just one of those days when the sun is starting to set and you're sitting outside with either a glass of wine or a soda, whatever it is you're drinking, and you're taking advantage of these beautiful views. So we also give you the opportunity, as we stated before, to start sooner or to stay longer. And this is done again by Globus. So we can add land on either end of your chosen itinerary. This is one of the Rhine River ones. So you could see that we can add Amsterdam or add Paris and London. We can add Lucerne or Lake Como and Milan, or Lucerne and Lake Como. So it's all about diversity and different ways to experience what you want to make of your vacation. So when you are on these ships, every day you're going to have excursions included. And we offer these excursions quite differently than other companies in respects to every excursion, or every day you have choices of excursions. Do you want to be a little bit more active? Do you want to have something more in the discovery zone? Or do you want to do the classics? So these are activities every day that you have. And the classic is really a close-up and personal experience to all the iconic places that the itinerary has to offer.
Let's give her a second to get back. I hope she knows that we can't see her. Am I the only one that has her frozen? Is she frozen for you? Okay. Let's give her a minute. Hopefully she'll figure it out. And then it's always a technical difficulty of one kind or another. Darn, I hope she comes back because I wanted to know about the if there's like alcohol packages or if it's all a la carte. Yeah, she'll come back, I'm sure. You guys are all muted, just so you know, because when she was talking, I didn't want background noise, but you can unmute now while we're waiting if you want. I think I should stop the live stream.
I don't know how to get rid of the other,
I'm sorry. I
Oh, there
don't
you
know what
are.
happened.
Okay.
Yeah, I got disconnected, but I got myself back
All
on.
right. Well, you said technical difficulties. I hope. All right, you're back.
Wait, what was the last slide that you heard?
It was the but you started on the excursions, so the
Okay.
discover
Oh, so I wasn't gone too long. This is great.
no, you were
Okay.
saying you had already said there were like some for more active and some for not.
Okay, so the classic excursion, these three choices you have with every excursion included in your daily activity. So the classic is really driven to all of the iconic things that are afforded on that particular sailing. You know, it's the iconic places, it's the museums, or it's the, you know, anything that has to do the cathedrals, whatever it is that makes this area iconic. You also have a way of being more active, and this is really about getting your heart pumping. Do you want to take a night, you know, an excursion that is bike riding or hiking, or something that I did that I will never forget, and that was kayaking the Danube. It was an amazing experience.
excuse me, Barbara,
Uh-huh.
we're not seeing your PowerPoint.
You're not.
No, we're just seeing each other.
Okay. So let's see what's happening here. Better? Can you see it now? Jerry, yes or no?
Yes,
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 okay.
but you have to make it bigger.
Okay, I will do that. We always love these okay, let me get this done right here. Slideshow. Better? Good? Yes? Okay. So getting back to the active is, you know, bike riding, hiking, anything that is bringing your heartbeat up a little bit. And then the discovery. And these are curated excursions that really embrace the culture. So they're culturally driven. It could be a cooking class, it could be a painting class, but it's something that's cultural to the itinerary that you are experiencing. And of course, in order to do all of that, you need an adventure host, and we have one on every single one of our sailing. This person is really orchestrating everything that has to do with the activities that are on board, as well as giving some yoga stretching on the sky deck, again, weather permitting. So this comes with the trip as well. So let's get into some of the top picks of river cruising. So for people who are new to river cruising, they usually tend to go to the Danube or the Rhine first. These two rivers are really iconic, and they're very beautiful. And these are usually the first go-to. So the Danube Dream, which is an 8-day from Budapest to Deckendorf, is one of the itineraries. And how you read this map is over here in Budapest, you see the starting place. That's a green circle. That's your beginning. And then obviously in Deckendorf, it's the red circle, which means that's the end of your sail. But All of these little black dots, such as in Bratislava and in Hamburg and in Vienna, these are all the stops that you're going to be making on the way. So some of them are during the morning, and then we sail on to the next stop where we do an overnight. This all depends on what itinerary you have. So here's one, the Romantic Rhine, which is probably our number one first timer. And this is Amsterdam down to Basel. And again, you're going to be visiting Cologne and Kaplitz and Rudolph and Mainz and Heidelberg. And then you're going to cross over into France a little bit, where you're going to visit Strasbourg. And then you're going to end this itinerary in Basel. And again, if you want to stay longer on either end, we can accommodate that for you as well. One of the most breathtaking for scenery is the Moselle. And this would be the Rhine and the Moselle canals, vineyards, and castle. And you can see that we are doing multiple rivers on this one. And you're starting in Paris, where you have 2 days on land at a hotel. You'll be experiencing excursions to all the must-see highlights of Paris. And then we will take the train into Luxembourg City, where we will embark in Remick and take our journey up to Angers, where we will then board the Rhine. So the Moselle will have 3 stops, and then we will switch over to the Rhine, and we will go to Cologne and end our sail in Amsterdam. Most culinary experiences definitely on the Rhone. This is all wine region and food region, so it's a beautiful itinerary. The Rhine and the Rhone revealed. Again, this is a 15-day Amsterdam to Port St. Louis. So these sails literally can go from 4 days to 26, depending on the itinerary that you choose. Springtime in Holland and Belgium. This is great for garden lovers. And this is the Grand Tulip Cruise of Holland and Belgium, a 15-day with a visit to Keukenhof, which is noted for all of their tulips. It is the tulip heaven. It's a beautiful, beautiful experience. For history buffs, of course, we have the Seine. This is where the Normandy landing beaches are. So Paris to Normandy is one of our 8-day itineraries, Paris to Paris, where you will get to see the Normandy beaches and experience that. And then for 2024, we have a new itinerary, and we're very excited about this. And this is the vineyards and villages on the Douro River in Portugal. So this is brand new. This will be taking its first sail in April, the beginning of April of 2024. She's being built as we speak, 105 passengers. She's being built specifically for the Douro River, and hence is the reason why it's only carrying 105, but the same sweet ship as all of the other ones. And it's going to be crew members, 33. So you have a 3-to-1 ratio on this. It's going to be beautiful. So there's also another way that we can experience river cruising on Avalon. So we have dedicated rivers with dedicated dates for what we call active and discovery. And what this is it's putting more active and discovery on these rivers. So remember that you have the 3 ways you can experience your on-land excursions. This is just enhancing the amount of active and discovery versus the classic excursions that are offered on our classic river cruises. So we do this on the Danube, the Rhine, the Rhone, and we do it in Holland and Belgium. Wanted to show you how that gets divided. So on the left-hand side, where it says Avalon Classic Cruises, this is how the excursions are broken out. 80% of the excursions are geared towards that classic experience, and 10% are geared towards more active and the discovery. But on these dedicated sales for active and discovery, your Avalon Choice excursion, the pie changes. And 40% of that is geared towards activity. 40% are geared towards that discovery, that enhanced cultural experience, and only 20% are geared towards the classic. So for argument's sake, if you took a classic on the Rhine River and you went to see all of those beautiful towns that we saw in the slides prior, you could actually do the Rhine River on the active and discovery and visit completely different ports than you did on the Rhine. It's really up to you and what your day looks like. So why is it so special, these active and discoveries? We're spending more unique, we're visiting more unique port cities. So we're off a little bit on the beaten path where we've gone out and we found areas that most people don't sail to so that we can bring this product to you. We have more time in each port so that we can deliver these experiences to you in its entirety so that you get a full day's experience. There's less distance between ports. This allows us to create all of these beautiful experiences. And we have more day sailings going from port to port. So lunches up on the beautiful sky deck with the barbecue station while you're getting from point A to point B. And again, it offers you more active and discovery excursions than our classic one does. So let me see. We'll get this video rolling for you.
Why do we travel? Is it to see new things? Or to try new things? Is it to go back centuries? Or to be in the moment? Is it to take pictures? Or to take action? We travel to see the works of sculptors and painters and to imitate their techniques. We travel to meet bakers and chefs and to sauté in their kitchens. We travel to meet farmers, vintners, and brewers and to taste their divine secrets. We go out into the world to forge new paths and to discover old ones. We follow sweet aromas, alluring fragrances, and complex bouquets. We pedal and paddle, jog and climb, dabble and dance, and even march to the beat of our own drum. We journey to examine and explore, to listen and learn, and to engage and enjoy, with hands-on and hands-off. We travel to walk in the footsteps of all who have come before us, warriors and soldiers, emperors and kings, sailors and sirens, architects and builders, none of whom, by the way, were ever bystanders. So when we travel, why should we be? Engage, interact, indulge, only on Active Discovery Cruises, exclusively from Avalon Waterways.
Just another one of our discernible differences. So these are some of the itineraries. Active Discovery versus the Romantic Rhine, as I was saying to you. So you can see on the Romantic Rhine, these are the standard cities and towns that we visit. But on the Active and Discovery, you can see that we're visiting quite a different set of towns. So this is how we're able to do what we're doing. And it also does, though, share some of the same cities, such as Cologne. So if you haven't been and you wanted to do the Active and Discovery, you're not going to be disappointed in the fact that you're not going to see the highlight cities and towns of, say, Germany and Cologne and in Cobalt. So, and it's beautiful. So two things can be true at the same time, right? The Rhine River can be beautiful classically, and it can be beautiful and more active on the active and discovery. So the active and discovery on the round southbound is this one that we're taking a look at, Amsterdam down to Frankfurt. And these are just some of the things that you have a choice of doing, taking a guided tour of legendary canals along the waterways of Amsterdam, take painting classes, join a bike tour. You can enjoy optional cooking workshops, which I have done, by the way, and they're full cooking workshops where you are preparing everything from soup to nuts, and you're enjoying the fruits of your labor at the end of it, because you sit down with your fellow travelers and you enjoy the food that you have created. You can join a running tour. There's so many different things that you can be doing. Just some of the pictures that highlight that. Choices, all about choices. Here are some of our short and sweet ones that we have. Some of the sailings, Taste of the Rhine, which is 5 days. We have Best of the Rhine at 5 days, Danube Symphony at 6 days, but here's one at 4 days. It's the Taste of the Danube, Budapest to Vienna. Christmas time in Alsace in Germany, 5 days, Basel to Frankfurt. Festive season in the heart of Germany, 6 days, Frankfurt to Nuremberg, because we do a lot of the Christmas markets also, which is really renowned on the Danube. So pack your passions. We also do sailings that are very geared to the special interest, beer tasting, culinary, festive times, garden and nature, history, Jewish heritage cruises, photography, wine appreciation, bites, brews, and views of Belgium. So we have a lot of sailing dates that are dedicated and enhancing all of those experiences. We also do the Taste of Egypt, and this is an incredible experience if you want to visit Egypt and have that incredible experience on the Nile River. I did this one as well, and I have to say it's an outstanding, to this day, of experiences that I had the opportunity to do. So Egypt we do. This is land end cruising. But we also do Ecuador and the Galapagos Islands. We do the Amazon. So we're all over the place, and we have incredible itineraries. So in the Galapagos Island, we use the Treasure of the Galapagos, and you can see this ship right here. It's a yacht experience. We also do fascinating Vietnam, Cambodia, and the Mekong River. This ship we built specific for this as well. It carries 36 passengers, so there's 18 cabins. Each cabin is 300 square foot, built just like our European sisters with the panoramic suites. This is a very unique, curated itinerary where we really delve into the culture, and it was fascinating. Not to take the title of the of the actual sail, but it was incredible. We also do India and the Ganges rivers, 13 days, Delhi till Calcutta. And with each and every one of our sailings, you will be receiving a link that you will download before you leave. And this I bring to your attention because it literally has everything. It's the Avalon Go map. It's a mobile app, so it's not attached to the internet when you're abroad. It's for your smartphone. It's iOS and Android traveler app. It connects with your itinerary. So it has your day by day. It has where your ship is docked. It has your flight information. It has your e-documents, your pre and post nights. It gives you notifications and alerts. It has your travel guides, recommendations. So when you're on your own and you're out and exploring, you can just pop in, where can I dine, or where can I shop, or where's local entertainment. We want you to go out and truly experience the land and get involved in the culture and delve into what's there for you. Travel journal, an expense calculator, currency converters, weather forecasts. It even gives you the ability for social media sharing. And again, it's augmented. So that's what I have for you today on the Avalon Waterway product. Like I said, I can't imagine anybody not enjoying this. It's just an incredible way to travel Europe.
So I have a question. Can I ask a question?
Sure.
So since I'm going on one of these cruises soon, I would like to know, what's the booze situation? Like, they don't do booze packages, do they?
No, you don't really need them. This is not an overly, how do I say, this is not a place that you're going to drink a lot. So we bring your
Have you
wine
met
on.
me?
No, but this is the beauty of it, is that we don't care. Come bring your wine on board.
Oh, okay.
I do that all the time. You have a refrigerator,
Oh,
go out, bring cheese, go get some bread, get some fruit,
oh, so
get
it's
your
very
wine.
open.
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely. Once you get on board, we don't, this is not a product where we nickel and dime you. Let
Got
me
it.
put it that way.
Beautiful.
So it's really a beautiful, I always have wine on me. I love wine. So the wine is in my room. You could bring anything in there, put it
Okay.
in the refrigerator. I bring it up to the sky deck at times and just, enjoy it with whomever I'm traveling. The lounge is there. There's a full bar. There's cocktail hour. There's anything that you want. And trust me when I tell you, the product, the destination is not the ship. The destination is really the itinerary. So you're tired at the end of the day, believe it or not. You're out and you're experiencing things. We also have local entertainment that's brought on board. So let's say, it might be a 5-piece quartet when you're in Vienna. There's a whole bunch of things that go on. We bring local talent in. And now we're starting to bring you to local things. So it's really incredible. You should be in bed by 11, 12 o'clock at the latest. Honestly, you're tired. You're up early. You're going constantly, or go get off the ship and go into town. One of my greatest experiences, I was doing the Burgundy and Provence river cruise, and we were docked and I hear music and that's the end of me. And I was with some friends and where is this music coming from? So we got off the ship, we followed the music, and like 4 hours later, we came strolling back onto board. We found this outside beautiful, the music was amazing. There was dancing, there was drinking there, and it was local. So we were really mingling with all the local people and just had a blast. So these are all the things that you could create for yourself. So are there any other questions?
Kyle, do you have any questions? You're muted. You're muted. Kyle, you're muted. No?
We're good?
I'm good. I'm on a Zoom, mother. Don't worry about it.
I'm sorry, Barbara, that we didn't have more folks on.
That's
on
quite
the,
all right. You know what? It's fine by me. It's fine by me. I got that technical thing done good this time, huh, Susan?
Yes, very good. That's because
That's
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
that's because I ran it.
I
But
do have a question.
Yeah.
I was told that when you take the river cruise, that when they port, all the ships are next to each other and you have to go from one ship to another to get to land a lot
It
of
does
times.
happen, but it's not all the time. So it does happen, especially in the summer when everybody's out in full force, that we're in the same town. We are trying, and we have done this quite often, where we're getting different docking areas. But yes, the chance of you having to go from one ship to another to get onto land is there. So you just cross over. And you know what? It's actually a cool experience because you really get to see what other lines are all about. So, you
Right.
know,
I think that's very cool. Yeah. I
yeah, it
think it's
is.
that big a deal.
You know,
Um,
sometimes, everybody's curious, and you come back on and you say, yay, I picked the right place to be.
Right.
So
Okay.
no, it does happen, but it's not all the time. And also, the way people often ask about dress, and it's really about layers when you're out and you're exploring, because as you saw in the videos, you're being quite active. So shorts and khakis, or, sneakers or walking shoes, are the things that you should be bringing. Layers, because Europe, is much like us. It's cooler in the morning, and as the day goes on, the temperature goes up. And, that's where layers come into play.
Right, okay.
I just want to address the lack of people is really because we did this last minute to actually get the video. So
Right.
it's perfectly, that was the goal, right, Barbara? We wanted to
Yes,
get,
absolutely.
and then we could distribute it to the people that couldn't.
Absolutely.
I think it's all perfect, Jerry. So thanks.
Yeah. I'm sure. I had a lot of people say, make sure you send me the replay.
Yeah.
Aw, good. I'm glad.
And I was on Avalon this past summer.
What'd you think?
It's a beautiful, beautiful ship. All the things you mentioned about the windows and the balcony, or not lack of balcony, but the beds, laying on the bed and looking outside, or sitting at the table and drinking coffee, and it's absolutely beautiful. I did not know that my brother organized the trip. I just was a passenger, and I didn't know that you had different activity levels.
Yes.
I knew that when we got off the boat, we could go with the slow people, or the medium people, or the more experienced people, but I didn't know that we could pick activities that start out for the slower folks, and that would have been something that probably would have benefited me a lot, because
Yes.
he was so active that he just left me behind.
That's very, we'll never leave anybody behind as a whole, but yes, you're absolutely right. So when we bring on, when there's activity involved, we will find out who feels that they're more challenged than others, because there's a gamut, there's a gamut of activity level that everybody has, and limits or no limits. So yes, you're right. And the beauty of this too is that you could be as active as you want, and you could be as laid back as you want. You could
Right.
do as much as you want or as little as you want. You really can create an experience for yourself and your vacation that suits just you. So it's great too, because if you're traveling with a partner, and hopefully we're traveling with friends or our counterparts, if I didn't want to do something, I would say go have a good time, because you're going to be comfortable whether I'm there or not, because people really do bond. There is a bonding that goes on with your fellow travelers. It's hard to explain, but it happens, and it never fails. So two people could be having completely different experiences in the same town. So when you come back, it's those stories that are spoken about, and, it's shared. It's great. It's a great experience.
Yes.
So do you include air with your stuff too?
We can absolutely do air. It's not included in the packaging amount. Nobody does anymore. You can include air. It changes every 3 minutes. So, but we do
Yeah,
have.
because I'm on the Avalon website, and I just saw hot deals, air $5.99.
We have some specials for air when we can contract it with our air partners. So yes, that does happen. It doesn't happen all the time, but we do have it. So yes, we can definitely do air for you.
Okay.
Awesome. Well, Barbara, I want to thank you. So Barbara actually did this for us on her week off. So to make up
Oh,
for
nice.
the technology
I felt so
issues we had last time.
horrible.
So no, it wasn't your fault, but I mean, so I just wanted to thank you for actually doing
You're
it
very
for us. We really
welcome.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
You're
And,
very welcome.
And great job. So thanks.
Yes, thank you very much. I
You're
enjoyed
very,
it.
very welcome.
I'm going to
Have
end
a-
the live.
Yeah,
Okay. All righty.
perfect.
Bye,
Have a
everybody.
great evening, everyone.
You too.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
Bye.